So if there is a powerful immediate threat, we go into an alarm state. So our threat detector, the amygdala, sounds the alarm, and you can experience that then as a surge of adrenaline. And most of the time, we're in a perfectly quiet state. So there's, our amygdala is relatively quiet. So there's relatively little adrenaline or cortisol happening. But there is this in-between state where there are lingering threats, potential threats, hanging over us, and our amygdala goes into this high alert state that we call threat mode. And when the amygdala does that, it gives us also cortisol to be able to handle longer-term stressors and threats. That can cause problems. So if someone has ever experienced how they get something happens and they can tell that they get activated in a way that can last for hours, so that their heart rate isn't racing anymore, but they for instance, just know that it's going to be hard to fall asleep. That's usually from something called cortisol. So it's this longer acting hormone that does interrupt sleep. You can tell sometimes when it clicks in, that's threat mode. When we're in that state, this high cortisol state, it's all designed so that we can rapidly respond to a threat if it fully declares itself. And then we can go into the alarm state. So threat mode makes us more distractible because we're on the lookout for threats, more likely to have false positives where we think something is a threat and so we overreact. We're a little too triggerable. It makes us a bit impulsive. At any rate, the threat mode is a sign that there is a challenge that has not been reframed. So the sustainable treatment for threat mode is reframing. We have to learn to see how these threats that are hanging over us are giving us opportunities for some new kind of growth. That can actually change the experience of threat mode, where now our amygdala calms down. It says, okay, this is something that is foreseen. There's a plan. There's a plan for engaging this that feels positive. Your amygdala responds to all of that. And you can feel yourself shifting out of threat mode. I mentioned it earlier, but it's called parasympathetics, but there's a calming part of the nervous system that can kick in that helps threat mode to turn off. So if a person is continually practicing reframing in little ways, with little challenges, they will be building up this approach to challenge of reframing. They'll be building up a way to stay out of threat mode, or if they go in it, to more quickly get out of it. All you have to do is learn to reframe it. Reframing flips the threat into an opportunity. So reframing flips threat mode into a kind of discover mode.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, Kevin, thanks for that. Because I know that, early in the episode, we asked you, what is OptimalWork? And you said it's all about bringing ideals to challenge yourself in each hour of work. And I know another way that you like to summarize OptimalWork is helping people get out of, flip from threat mode to optimal work. I know that's kind of using the term in the definition, but that's fine.
Yeah, the OptimalWork is in fact the precise opposite of threat mode.
Mm-hmm, exactly.